What's going on, guys? My name is Tommy. Welcome back to the channel. Time for another episode of the Ancestry Anthology. Today, by request, it's the Anadi. If you're liking what you're seeing, remember to like, subscribe, ding the bell. Stay caught up on all your stuff. For now, let's dive in. Okay, so I've been stoked as hell to talk about the Anadi essentially since Age of Ashes came out, and I became aware that this species existed. A very long time ago, on Galarian, the Anadi attempted to establish peaceful relationships with their neighbors. Of course, they found that difficult to do because arachnophobia exists. Wishing to avoid conflict, the species in antiquity isolated itself until it could develop a solution that worked for everyone. That is to say, a combo of transmutation and illusion magic that allowed them to assume a humanoid form. Over time, the technique was perfected, eventually taught to basically all the Anadi, who are present day trying to find their home on the world stage, while constantly battling false rumors that they're like were-spiders. In their true forms, they of course resemble human-like spiders, some very bright and vibrant, some very muted. They typically measure about 5 feet in length from front legs to rear legs, reach maturity around like 13 years of age, though in the Anadi's case, they go through several stages of molting, and live to be about 80 years old. And live they do in communal societies, farming mushrooms, weaving blankets. They place great value on cooperation and mutual respect, being very accommodating and comforting, especially to people who judge them because they know arachnophobia sucks. Again, they also, culturally speaking, are polyamorous, and cheers to that, what can I say? Except that I'm polyamorous and I think that's dope. Playing an Anadi nets you 8 hit points. They are medium creatures with a speed of 25 feet. They have ability boosts to Dex and Wiz with 1 free, with an ability flaw to Constitution, so like slower elves that make better clerics. They begin play speaking Anadi, Mwangi, and additional languages equal to their int if it's positive. They have the Anadi and humanoid traits, and for 1 action can change into either a human or spider shape. Each shape, of course, has a specific persistent appearance. In human shape, they cannot use their unarmed attacks. In spider shape, they aren't flat-footed when climbing, but can't use weapons, shields, or other held items of any sort, nor can they take any action that has the manipulate trait. That's a pretty big one. If they can't take actions that have the manipulate trait, for example, that means the Anadi cannot grab an edge if it falls. This also means an Anadi in spider form cannot cast spells with somatic components because those have the manipulate trait, because that requires them to make gestures. That feels like a pretty big, full stop for where this race can be playable. On the one hand, I get it, you literally don't have hands. On the other hand, there's a hands pun in there that I didn't mean to make that I've just now run into. I don't know, it just feels like we've cut off a lot of options to be an Anadi in Anadi shape by doing this. You do get a Fangs attack that deals 1d6 piercing damage with the finesse and unarmed traits, so like Anadi rogues can be a thing. For the heritages, the adaptive Anadi replaces its human form with a form that matches any common medium humanoid ancestry. They also gain adopted ancestry for free, choosing that ancestry. A polychromatic Anadi is covered with exceptionally colorful hairs that do vibrant eye-catching things. They become trained in performance and gain impressive performance as a feat. The snaring Anadi gets the grapple and trip traits attached to their fangs. Okay, cool. A spindly Anadi increases its speed from 25 to 30 feet, and the venomous Anadi gains the Anadi venom ability a number of times per day equal to their level. For 1 action, if their next strike before the end of their turn hits and deals damage with their fangs, it does an additional 1d6 poison damage. At 12th level, it takes up to 2d6. Which is, eventually a lot of uses per day of an extra d6 and could stack up real nice on like an Anadi rogue. Let's hit the feats. First up, of course, their lore feat gets them trained in crafting and survival as well as Anadi lore. Reassuring Presence, as a reaction, if an ally within 30 feet of you gains the Frightened condition, you decrease the value by 1. The ally isn't immune to Reassuring Presence for an hour. Pretty clutch given how prevalent the Frightened condition is in 2nd edition. Skitter Talk lets you receive answers from and ask questions of spiders and other arachnids Studious Magic gives you 1 cantrip from the arcane spell list, which you can cast as an arcane innate spell at will, in one of your forms anyway. Web Walker gives you a +2 circumstance bonus to saves and armor class against the web spell, natural webbing, and effects that entrap you in webbing, as well as a +1 circumstance bonus against things like entangle. Whenever you roll a success on a saving throw against an effect involving a web, you get a crit success instead. So, like, if we're going into the Darklands to fight a bunch of Drider, it could be cool. Web Weaver gives you specialty crafting with a specialty in weaving. You can use your webbing to craft simple, non-consumable threaded items such as clothing or rope at 0 cost, as long as their base price is a silver or less. These items have 0 resale value, and they degrade after 24 hours without regular minor maintenance. You can maintain up to 10 such items at a time, about a gold worth of consumables at a time. Not bad. This actually seems pretty cool. A gold worth of like adventuring consumables, especially if you just didn't have the chance to buy them and you're stuck in the woods because you didn't know you were going in the woods. Just hang on, I'll make the thing. Too bad Craft has the manipulate trait, and so as a spooter you can't do it. Awkward. Friend form at 5th level. During daily prep, you can perform a simple ritual with up to 5 willing small or medium humanoids, where participants exchange minor tokens. As long as you hold on to those, you can assume their form with changed shape, getting a big ol' +4 status bonus to deception, and adding your level to the check even if you're untrained. If they aren't carrying your token, or if you use the ritual again, you lose access, but could be a fun parlor trick. Hunter's Fangs gives you critical specialization with the Fangs unarmed attack, and hybrid shape lets you become a bipedal humanoid spider, which gives you all the benefits of being someone with hands. At 9th level, Disorienting Venom. If a creature is damaged by your Anadi Venom, they have to fort save against your class DC or spell DC or become flat-footed for a round. Sure. Strand Strider gets you a climb speed of 25 feet in spider shape. That's really big, though. I keep saying this. I guess I'm going to keep saying it here now. It feels real shitty to have to wait till level 9 to have access to a climb speed when you are a spider. This feels just as bad as like the Atarii having to wait 5 ever before they can fly. And I don't think it would be horribly, terribly unbalancing to just put the climb speed on the creature at creation, even via like a heritage. At 9th level, Studious Adept lets you cast humanoid form and mirror images, 2nd level arcane innate spells once per day. Web Hunter gets you imprecise tremor sense at a range of 15 feet. When you and a creature are both touching the same anchored thread-like object, like a rope, webbing, or wire, it goes out to 60. That's really cool. You knew you would see that. That feels very on flavor and damn powerful. Cast Web, put yourself in the center, invisible things move in, you know exactly where they are. Haha. At 13th, Web Slinger for 3 actions, once per 10 minutes. Cast a 2nd level web spell using class DC or spell DC. Again, knew you'd see it. So I guess let's start with the not so great. Here's all the manipulate actions, activities, feats that require it, and skills that use it. Here's how many things an Anadi in their natural body can't do by the rules. I went back and checked Archives of Nethys. I was reading from my book at the time, and I'm just so desperate for something. There is the GM might determine other manipulate actions are appropriate for your spider legs. GMs, be kind. Especially because, like, look at the Anadi's art. That little dude is holding a thing. Does that mean I give license to the Anadi to use, like, a firearm? Probably not. But obviously, they can use their hands for something. On the good side, things like Anadi Venom seem really strong, given that happens a number of times per day equal to your level, and it's not like a once per day some damage sometimes things. When you know you've got your flank and you're like an Anadi rogue or some other sneak attacking something, and you're pretty sure you're gonna crit, fire this on and strike. Or like Anadi fighter uses Anadi Venom then power attacks, is a pretty reliable way to like drive the D6s home. That I don't hate. On flavor, they're still also really cool. I like that 2nd edition is starting to take steps towards creatures that aren't strictly humanoid in appearance, though. Again, the Anadi can just snap its fingers. Oh, wait, it can't. That probably has the manipulate trait. And then become a human. If for no other reason, then there are different challenges that something along those lines would need to overcome. And the flavor text just looks different. I'm a giant slut for good flavor text when things happen. And even though it's a small, minor detail, things coming from a spider the size of a human that's not the druid's animal companion, therefore is sentient and making its own decisions. I don't know, it's a different kind of story and I really like it, but that's all the time I have for today. What do y'all think? Where is the line for manipulate actions for an Anadi's spider legs? Have you played these in your campaigns? let me know down in the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching. We'll see you next time.